and subscribe, that's no rumor. Yeah. She vlogs in Walmart, midnight mission, caught in aisle 9 with divine precision. Mic in hand, she interviews cheese. Sir, you aware you're lactose free? Goes live while baking glitter pies. Starts a feud with ducks, no lies. Reacts to Karen's, paints her Jeep, and once went viral yelling sheep don't sleep. Kitten Caboodle is a hot chick Uber, ring light blazing, sassy maneuver. Bands a troll while dancing to chair, then sells merch made from her own hair. Hot shit YouTuber, even her outro has a blooper. Yeah. She taught a goose to play Fortnite, hosted a seance on Tuesday night, got possessed midstream, ate a burrito, still hit upload, respect amigo. Now Netflix calls and brands wanna collab, but Kit just vlogged from her glittery cab. She's not here for clout or fame, she's here to win the YouTube Hunger Games. Kitten Caboodle is a hot shit Uber, lights, camera, chaotic humor. She'll roast your comments and send a prayer while flossing in boots with electric hair. Hot shit YouTuber, cue the outro, she's gone lunar.
Hello, I'm back. Oh, shoot. Hold on. Oh my God, this shit's gonna piss me off. I don't even want to talk about it. There we go. I brought up the break chat. All right, let's get back to doing what we do. Let's see if anybody comes back. Hello, G13. Hello, Patty Sturgis. Melissa from the bushes. All right, let's go. All right. So let's just start looking at this stuff. Oh, by the way, this is okay. I was doing so good on my live. Where am I now? So this dude, I don't even know how the dude's name, what his name is, okay? He's like El Chapo, but he's called El whoever. And there was a $15 million bounty from United States, okay? So today, this man was deleted by a joint force of Mexico and United States. And our Americans there right now, their lives are in danger because they are blowing things up and starting things on fire. The airport, the military base, a bunch of other things. We'll see. So I think this was one of the gas stations. Look at this city. Look at this city, you guys. Hold on, I gotta get back there. I mean, they're not saying what this is, but it don't matter. It's what the cartel, they're destroying everything. Look at this. Look at these guys. Let me make this big. So here these guys here are getting gas, and cartel pulls up. Look at that shit. I'm just waiting for it to blow. That guy, did that guy leave his wallet? He actually, did you see that guy? Would you go running to get your wallet after this? Come on. Oh, shoot. Hold on. Hold on. Okay. Sorry. Sorry. There we go. Okay, watch this guy. This guy's going to come running. Really? Oh, he forgot his gun. Oh, pew pew. He forgot his pew pew. Oh my gosh. That's why he went running. All right. So they're.
Verga, loco. Chinga tu madre. No mames.
Okay, so here they have something to say here. What are they going to say here? Who is this? El Yogurt is a rising leader within this cartel.
¿Cómo andas, Gabriel? Aquí andamos ir en Europa, no, oiga, ya aquí andamos encargados.
Somebody's got to have this in English. It shows the hideouts.
Míralos, mira, andan en la pura calle. Mira. Ese de barrio, mira. Y todos esos vatos caen, mira. Mira, el taxi. Todos esos vatos caen, mira. Mira, el taxi, súbete, cabrón, órale. ¿Por qué no se movía de ella? Mira. No hay incendio ahí arriba. ¿Ya viste? Hey, no, son varios cabrones.
Okay, so what we're going to go do right now, and somebody just made a good comment there. And these are the people that the Democrats want to protect right now. The cartels. So what we're going to do, we're going to go to Vice. Vice did a thing on them. Okay, where is it? Right here.
In early August, violence exploded in western Mexico. Roads were blocked, cartel gunmen cruised the streets at will, and in the city of Guanajuato...
Jeez. Let me speed this up. Hopefully Vice don't strike me. I don't think they would. We'll find out though.
So 25 outlets of a popular convenience store were burned to the ground. This was not a random eruption of violence or rival crime groups fighting over turf. This was a coordinated operation by the Jalisco New Generation Cartel, or CJNG, specifically designed to disrupt an attempt by the Mexican military to arrest 2 of its bosses. And it worked. The 2 bosses, known as Double R and El Apa, both got away. The Jalisco New Generation Cartel have become known as Mexico's most violent and dangerous drug empire, and the most serious challenger to the mighty Sinaloa cartel. How have they achieved this? How have they risen from nothing to command a paramilitary-style narco army? And amid rumors that their leader is actually dead, could they be about to disintegrate into chaos?
Interesting.
Like many modern cartels, the CJNG got their start with the destruction of another older cartel. The Milenio Cartel was founded back in the 1970s by the Valencia crime family in Michoacan. By the early 2000s, they'd grown to become major allies of the Sinaloa cartel, particularly notorious for their role in the crystal meth trade.
The Milenio Cartel used to be one of the most financially powerful cartels in Mexico.
But in 2009, the leader of the Milenio Cartel was captured. And in 2010, the local Sinaloa boss was killed by Mexican special forces. This led to a splintering of the Milenio Cartel into rival factions.
The Milenio Cartel splintered over, and one of those splinters was Cartel Jalisco Nueva Generación, the CJNG.
Las casas pues ya no son las mismas, todas están balaceadas. Antes aquí es donde estaban los Jaliscos. Esto era la barricada de ellos, todo esto. Pero quizás aquí tenían unos 20 pistoleros. A lo mejor 2 aquí, 2 allá, pero tienen que estar rolando. ¿Verdad?
This is where Nemesio Oseguera Cervantes, or El Mencho, comes onto the scene. El Mencho had been working in the narco trade since he was a teenager, crossing back and forth between Mexico and the US. He married into the Valencia family, creating an alliance that would eventually grow into what became the Jalisco New Generation Cartel.
The economical power behind the Cartel Jalisco, they literally started with avocados, so they were farmers. They literally started moving from avocados to chemical precursors to make drugs like methamphetamine. It's like, okay, so what the US market like? They like their avocados from Mexico and their meth from Mexico.
Since they formed, the CJNG's calling card has very simply been to make themselves the most brutal and violent cartel around. They dress in army-style uniforms and make a great show of using heavy military-grade weaponry.
And in July, footage emerged of that CGNG convoy. These gunmen call themselves the Elite Group and pledge allegiance to El Mencho. They're armed with assault rifles with grenade launchers attached to the barrel, heavy machine guns, and also this gun. This is a 50 caliber sniper rifle. It's a powerful weapon that the CGNG loves to show off.
Where organizations like the Sinaloa cartel will often lead towards bribing police and politicians, the CJNG tend to rely more on intimidation and the threat of extreme paramilitary violence.
They have a very intelligent...
This is what I want to say also. I don't know if you guys were watching before, but did I tell you what the president in Mexico is saying to everybody? She's telling people just to calm down. Everything's going to be all right. What do you guys think? Do you think it's going to be all right? You think this is going to be all right? Hi, looking it up. Hi, rather. All right. Yeah, I can't remember what I said on this slide. I don't remember.
Strategy, which is basically branding themselves and looking like paramilitary power. They do have their full letters, right? The CJNG on their vests. They dress as properly military. They also have these high caliber guns. They have what they call those monstruos, which are really basically like man-made tanks, you know? So their firepower is incredible.
The CJNG learned many of their methods from an earlier hyper-violent cartel, Los Zetas, that they originally fought a major war against.
Even with help from the military, making El Aguaje livable again won't be easy. This is the Jalisco cartel commander in the area, fighting from his armored truck.
Simplemente soy un comandante aquí en la región de Michoacán, comandante aquí del Cartel Jalisco Nueva Generación. A mí no puede haber alguien que diga secuestramos, robamos o extorsionamos. Nosotros no nos dedicamos a eso. Nosotros nos dedicamos, somos narcotraficantes. Nosotros producimos, exportamos y vendemos droga. Eso es de lo que papá de nosotros hace el dinero. Esa es la empresa de nosotros.
Despite what cartel propaganda may claim, their links to extortion and brutal violence against civilians is well documented.
Yo sé quién es mi patrón, señor Don Mencho, una persona muy honorable y las personas que lo conocen saben la calidad de persona que es. Si yo no pensara de la forma que yo pienso, yo no perteneciera o no fuera parte de este cartel.
But what sets the CJNG apart from all
Okay, they made this, Vice made this 3 years ago, just so we know.
other rivals, even the Zetas and the Sinaloa cartel, is their willingness to directly confront and attack the Mexican military itself.
The latest cartel target, Mexico's military. The Jalisco New Generation cartel took the fight to the next level, shooting down a military helicopter with a rocket-propelled grenade.
In May of 2015, the CJNG used RPGs to shoot down a military helicopter thought to be tracking El Mencho. They've undertaken organized assassination campaigns against officers of Mexico's elite police units and used armored cars to attack the convoy of the president of Guatemala.
So far, we can say that Jalisco New Generation is enemy number one, President Enrique Peña Nieto's government.
Meanwhile, the CJNG have also pioneered the use of weaponized drones to attack both the security services and rival cartels.
¿Un dron o qué?
Ese mero.
¿Dónde está el dron?
Está volando derecho arriba.
Hay un dron.
The Cartel Jalisco, they are very well consolidated as one group. And so that means that they can really put up really organized attacks against the Mexican government. And all that violence is only to have leverage in the negotiations with the government, with politicians, right? They create these chaos to go and sit with a local politician and say like, okay, do you want more or shall we negotiate this stuff?
The CJNG are now recognized as such
You
a
hear
threat
that?
to US national security.
This is what they're gonna do. You know what? What that guy just said there? Because this is either gonna get, well, it is gonna get bad. And I don't remember if did I tell you guys? I didn't want to say my state because people, don't like me and they'll probably dox me and spot me. Did I tell you about cartel here in my state? Well, if you think there's no cartel in your state, think again, okay? And they rent and buy houses just to do that for a stat house in the middle of nowhere, okay? Maybe I'll get into it at another time.
That have even been moved to officially designate them a terrorist organization. This is partly down to the fact that they've been pumping fentanyl into North America and fueling the region's opioid crisis. The CJNG is now the Sinaloa cartel's only major rival in the amount of fentanyl being manufactured and smuggled into the US.
The DEA says his cartel, called Cartel Jalisco, or CJNG, is responsible for roughly a third of the drugs entering this country by land and by sea.
They own the two main ports where precursors are coming in from China. It was my understanding that there was people from China and from Colombia that were called upon the Cartel Jalisco to come to Mexico to teach their cooks how to make methamphetamine and fentanyl with those precursors.
But around 2019, something crucial changed for the CJNG. El Mencho disappeared. He'd always been a reclusive leader, never attracting the publicity of characters like El Chapo. But reports and rumors began circulating that he was completely removed from the day-to-day command of the cartel. And perhaps that he was actually dead.
So with all the rumors around El Mencho being
Obviously
dead
he
or
wasn't.
very ill or out of the cartel, that started, I guess they started like around 2020 when we started reading about El Mencho being out of the Cartel Jalisco. I reached out to two middle range commanders inside the Cartel Jalisco Nueva Generación. One of them believed that he was just literally just out of the cartel. He's like, he's well, he's alive. He's just like stepped out of the cartel. And the other guy believes that El Mencho is actually pretty ill or might even be dead.
Without a body to show, the DEA are still offering $10 million in reward money for evidence leading to El Mencho's capture. But in the absence of clear command, factions within the CJNG are beginning to assert their own independence, causing increased violence. This is a transformational moment for the Jalisco New Generation cartel. They may be able to hold together and continue their brutal reign at the top. Or they may dissolve into infighting, as many other cartels who expanded too fast for their own good have done before. For the Mexican civilians caught in the middle, it would be hard to say which would be worse. And whatever happens, as long as there is a multi-billion-dollar market for illegal drugs, there will be violent, organized crime groups ready to fight for their share.
Okay. So there's that. I want to show you guys. We'll go here. We'll go back. Let's hear what News Nation has to say. Oh. Okay. There we go.
Of the Jalisco new generation cartel known as El Mencho is dead after an operation carried out by the Mexican army. An official says military action was carried out in the western state of Jalisco. It happened after cartels attempted to block military operations, burning vehicles, and creating other roadblocks to incite chaos. Mexico's Ministry of National Defense says military personnel were attacked and returned fire on the cartel in defense, killing 4 people at the scene. The U.S. Embassy in Mexico warning U.S. citizens to shelter in place until further notice and avoid areas with law enforcement activity. The U.S. State Department previously offering a reward of up to $15 million for any information leading to the arrest of El Mencho. He was leading one of the most powerful crime organizations in all of Mexico. And earlier this month, President Trump designated this new generation cartel as a foreign terrorist organization, the DEA alleging it has a presence in all 50 U.S. states distributing illegal drugs. They are one of the main suppliers of cocaine on the U.S. market. The group is said to have earned billions of dollars from its production of illegal and sometimes deadly methamphetamine and fentanyl.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our News Nation app right now on your...
There's that. Okay. Let's look at this. They don't have the sound on. It's not me. I mean, who really gives these people that much power? Is it because there's corruption, so much corruption? All right.
Cars and buildings were torched in Mexico's Jalisco province following the killing of drug lord Nemesio Oseguera, commonly known as El Mencho, in a military operation. That's according to government sources familiar with the operation who spoke to Reuters on Sunday. Mexico's defense ministry said a shootout left Oseguera seriously injured and he died during an air transfer to Mexico City. Oseguera, an ex-police officer, was the leader of the powerful Jalisco New Generation Cartel. The Mexican government has been cracking down on local drug cartels after a pressure campaign from the Trump administration, including threats to intervene directly. The Mexican embassy in Washington said on Sunday that the U.S. provided information for the operation. Security forces conducted aerial surveillance on Sunday after the operation set off a wave of violence. Videos and pictures on social media showed vehicles ablaze, sending dark smoke into the sky. Mexican media outlets reported torched cars and gunmen blocking highways in more than half a dozen states across the country. Air Canada said it was temporarily suspending operations in Mexico's Puerto Vallarta. United Airlines and American Airlines said they were also canceling flights in the region. Mexican officials urged people to stay home until the situation was brought under control.
Oh. Let's see. National Guard. National Guards. Okay, National Guards. Mexico's. That can't be ours. It's got to be their National Guard, right? Yep, it's theirs. You think they're afraid? You guys said they're afraid? They have a really good thing I'd want to watch, but how many people do they got? Okay, let's go back to X and see what's there. I mean, I don't know. I think this is scary, and I think it's important, and it's only going to get worse. All right. What's this? The mockery. Who's mocking that? Who's this?
Pinche 20, a ver si muy verga te topas con nosotros. Ahí tengo desamarrados los perros, culero. Y así voy a andar patrullando. Pues tu puta madre. Órale, vente con tu puta madre. Véntale a la verga. Véntale al toro, perro. Tu puta madre. Vas a quedar toda la verga, culero. Gente inocente, sí, eres bien verga. Pinche 20, a ver si muy verga te topas con nosotros.
Okay. All right. I'm sorry, you guys know who this is, right? This kid is so funny. It doesn't have to do. Okay, it's a meme, but let's watch it. Oh my god, I just can't. Okay. You guys know who this kid is? He's a YouTuber. He's got like 50 million subscribers. Oh my god. Did you see his face at that? We're gonna watch it at the end. Come on, we're gonna do it again. I can't help it. Let's do this. Let's do it. Oh my god. This is funny. Okay, let me. Okay, I'm gonna stop. Okay, I am. Just carry on. Let's continue. Oh my gosh, that's funny. What's going on here? The cartel is now threatening to enter people's homes and hotels and start unaliving innocent tourists. There we go. See? What's this? See? Girl's got oh. Yeah, it's Speed. Yeah, that's his name. Oh my god. I got tears. That guy makes me laugh. Okay, we've seen that. Okay, this is the airport. This is people at the airport.
No, ma'am. ¿Están bien?
There's another view on the outside of the airport. Let's see if I can find it. Oh my gosh.
So everybody is being told to leave the area right now here on the beach. The tiki bar is being cleared out. All of these things are being cleared out. It's being roped off right now. They're asking that everybody vacate the area and leave immediately. You can see the smoke. I don't know if you can, the smoke in the sky. But we were just walking on the beach and we saw smoke everywhere. And we're being informed that there's major cartel violence happening right now all over Puerto Vallarta. Apparently, they've captured a top-ranking cartel member, and when that happens, all-out war happens. A number of cars have been set on fire, motorcycles set on fire. In fact, there were some attendees of Anarchapulco who were in a taxi cab. Taxi drivers are apparently targeted by the cartel. They were they had their car shot at. The taxi driver was murdered, and the car was set on fire. All of their luggage has been burnt, including their clothes and passports, in fact. So it's a pretty scary, dire situation right now.
I see you, headlight bitch. How you doing? All right, let's get back to what this guy has to say.
Being told, do not go out at all, do not walk in the streets, do not get in a taxi or an Uber, do not go to the airport. In fact, the entire airport may be shut down right now because of this cartel violence. I mean, I heard Trump mentioning a while back that he's going to go after the cartel in Mexico. Is this the beginning of that? Are we witnessing it live? I don't know, but everybody here has just been instructed to leave the area immediately. The entire beach here is being shut down. It's clearing out, and really intense situation going on here in Puerto Vallarta. So I'm gonna continue to document this as we do. We're gonna stay safe in our hotel. I don't know if you can see the smoke in the air, but it's all over the place. It's thinned out now in the last hour, but apparently, from what I understand, there's a whole bunch of cartel violence happening all over the city right now. We don't fly out until tomorrow, but hopefully it's not going to be an issue for us, because as it is right now, the airports might even be shut down. I hear the military is getting involved. Some of these cartel have in the past shot down military helicopters because they literally own rocket launchers. So this is serious stuff. This is serious stuff. Again, everybody is being forced to vacate the bar, the beach area, and smoke in the air. Major situation here in Puerto Vallarta.
All right. What's this? Not sure if you remember, but what did they call him again? El Mencho? So he's the one that tried to take whose life? Harfuch? That's got to be somebody in Mexico he's talking about. Okay, then he had him eliminated after he became security head. Okay, whatever that means. Is that them right here? Oh my God, is this them? Okay, this is not. This is the cartel. This is not military.
Pura gente del señor Mencho. Pura gente del señor Mencho. Señor Mencho. Pura gente del señor Mencho. Pura gente del señor Mencho. Puro grupo elite. Pura gente del señor Mencho. Grupo elite. Pura gente del señor Mencho. Grupo elite. Pura gente del señor Mencho. Pura grupo elite. Pura el señor de los gallos. ¡Arriba, señor Mencho! ¡Señor Mencho! ¡Arriba, señor Mencho! ¡Arriba, señor Mencho! ¡Pura Grupo Elite! ¡Pura Grupo Elite! ¡Pura gente del señor Mencho! ¡Grupo Elite! ¡Pura gente del señor Mencho!
Okay, what they have on them is a skull, and it's okay. Let's look at the letters. It's C, J, and D. Or is it O? That is the cartel. Just think, if we had like one of our those fast jets with bombs, they could have taken all these guys out by now.
¡Pura gente del señor Mencho! ¡Aquí andamos echándole ganas! ¡Puro Grupo Elite! ¡Puro Grupo Elite, señores! ¡Pura gente de Mencho, señores! ¡Pura gente de Mencho, señores!
Okay. Is this their TikTok channel? Let's find out. Is this their TikTok? Let me read the comment. I think this is their. Hold on a minute. Hold on. I want to be careful. Where are they here? A hospital? What's going on? Hold on.
¿Dónde están ellos? Al estacionamiento. Al estacionamiento. Al estacionamiento.
¿No se puede salir?
Abajo, abajo. Allá, para acá, por favor. Para acá, por favor. Para arriba, por favor. Por acá, por favor.
Okay. Let me come to chat. How you guys feel about this? Oh. Let's hope they don't come. I know. They got to do something. Yeah, because the U.S. put out that award. Oh, hell's gonna break loose. There's a something red. What do they call that? Red whatever. That for Americans to shelter in place. Yeah, where are you safe? Probably. I don't know. I couldn't catch it. I was just trying to figure out what they were trying to do there. I know. See, that's the thing. And I agree with you. And guess what? I guarantee there will be even more crossing the border. I know. And think about this. The border was open for 4 years. They're everywhere. All right, let's see what else. I just I got to be careful because oh my gosh, look at this. Look at them walking like it's no big deal. Yeah, we're just going to walk up across this field. Because there was helicopters above there at one point in time. Hold on. I got to look at this. I got to make sure there isn't anything graphic. Oh. Thank God. Oh my God. Wow. Sorry, guys. Thank God I looked before I showed. Oh, yeah. Let's listen to what did the president say? I can show this. Okay, this is what she said. What did she say this? We'll find out.
La guerra contra el narco no es opción. No es opción. Primero, porque está fuera del marco de la ley. Todos estos de la derecha que se llenan la boca de las palabras Estado de Derecho y defienden la guerra contra el narco. Pues la guerra contra el narco está fuera de la ley. porque como lo dije o lo he dicho en varias ocasiones, es permiso para matar, sin ningún juicio. Y eso en México nadie o muy poquitos están de acuerdo. Está fuera del marco de la ley. Y segundo, no sirvió de nada más que para aumentar los homicidios en México y el nivel de violencia. Entonces, estos llamados autoritarios, porque son autoritarios, es ir hacia el fascismo. Regresar a la guerra contra el narco no es opción.
I have no idea what she just said. I mean, I'm not understanding what she just said. Actually. Hold on, I'm looking for more stuff, but I want to be careful. Okay. What is this? They started on fire. They're freeing prisoners. Oh, jeez. Wow. They're freeing prisoners now. Jeez. This is a prison. Just think how many innocent people are going to be harmed here. Let's see. What's this? It's hard to tell if they're actually Mexico army and from the cartel. That's just crazy. Here we go. What does this guy say? Is this a new guy? Is this a new guy in charge? Hold on. I think this is. I think this is a new guy. I'll come look at the chat in a minute. Okay, what does this guy say? Remember we looked before? Here we go.
¿Cómo andas, Gabriel? Aquí andamos ir en Europa, no, oiga, ya aquí andamos encargados. Nomás para ver si va a estar con nosotros o no, porque anda está ayudando a los carteles unidos y pues le mandamos el mensaje que se acomode con nosotros o se acomode bien con ellos, porque los vergazos van bien. Aquí estamos en los bancos, para que sepa nomás. Y no me escondo, para que vea. ¿Cómo andas, Gabriel? Aquí andamos ir en Europa, no, oiga, ya aquí andamos encargados.
We are in charge here.
Nomás para ver si va a estar con nosotros o no, porque anda está ayudando a los carteles unidos y pues le mandamos el mensaje que se acomode con nosotros o...
We'll send you a message to settle with us. Okay, let's look at the comments. Did you see? Yeah. Ain't that crazy? I know. Just think they're here. They're here. Cartel's here. People wake up. I can't read that fast. Well, I pretty told you pretty much. That guy, he's in charge now, and that everybody got to get together and that they're running this bitch. That's pretty much what he's saying. Okay. I got to look before I show you because I'm afraid they're going to show somebody. All right. Because I think I'm on one of the bad guys is I think I'm on a cartel page. I don't know. Or not. Okay. Oh my God. Look at what they're doing, man. With people inside. Hold on. Maybe this is still the airport. I'm not sure, but I seen the outside of the airport. Is this outside?
¡Vámonos!
Oh my gosh, it's
¡Vámonos!
inside. I think that's Costco. Okay, I'm gonna keep looking. What is the okay? Here's a Mexican army right here. No, guys, look at this. I mean, where's all their gear? Wouldn't you be terrified? The guy that's taking the videos breathing hard. Let's see. It looks like the Mexican army, but it actually the Delta Force of the. Oh, it's Cartel. That's Cartel. It's not Delta. Oh, oh, oh! I don't know what's coming up. I'm not okay. I'm not going to show this, but I just look at these. These guys are just demons, and you people that think the cartel took Nancy Guthrie, are you crazy? You should be watching actually what they do to people over there and what they're doing right now. Innocent people. And the reason why I ain't showing my screen right now because there was a video of where the guy used to be, and it's a bloodbath everywhere inside where he was. That this guy here on the screen. All right. This must have been that. This must be that grocery store right here. Is that Costco? That's Costco. Scary. No, I can't show that one either. It's the sick cartel. Thinking it's funny that. Okay, never mind. They're burning up everything. Oh my gosh, what is this? Transporting public transportation station. Let's look. Oh, that's just a picture. Still. Let's look.
Вон видно какие-то очаги возгорания. Но первое началось он там оттуда, с гор где-то. Прям повалил густой дым такой. Здесь все еще валит дым. Хлопки какие-то ебашат. Что-то они там, видимо, взрывают. Вон вижу еще новый дым появился. Откуда это? Прям с Маликона, что ли? Хуй знает. А, вон еще, кстати, появился дым. Ну, что-то, короче, какие-то, видимо, разборки картеля. Вон видно какие.
You hear people screaming? Oh, yeah.
Блин, похоже, они тут бои ведут. Вот сейчас здесь вот появился еще один этот. Вот, хлопки постоянно идут. То есть, не знаю, надолго ли они тут собрались.
Okay. Let's take a little break from that. Because I got to be careful, people. Oh, yeah, I do too. And the cartel didn't do it. Jeez. Yeah, I was thinking by the third day at least. It could have been. It sounded like a woman. Okay, let's watch a little bit of this I came across. It's a documentary. I've never heard of the channel, but let me share the rise of the Mexicans' most brutal chapter. Let's share this link. Oh, this was 6 months ago. Usually they don't like it. That's okay, let's look. When they first put something out, those bigger channels. Let's see what they say.
Welcome back to Disturbed Reality. When you think of a drug trafficker, certain images come to mind. Flashy cars, gold chains, social media flaunting, maybe even a larger-than-life personality straight out of a Netflix series. But Nemesio Ruben Oseguera Cervantes, better known as El Mencho, doesn't fit that mold. He's elusive, quiet, and all his family out of poverty. During Mencho's childhood in the 1970s, and he once again settled in San Francisco. In September of 1992, he was arrested once more, though this time on much more serious federal drug
San Francisco PD
charges in Sacramento, California. According to reports, Mencho, along with his brother Abraham, were at a San Francisco bar called Imperial to carry out a heroin deal. To be precise, 5 ounces of the substance for $9,500. Abraham, being the older brother, was in charge of this deal, while Mencho was acting as a lookout. Mencho, who was 26 years old at the time, much younger than his brother, noticed that the deal looked off.
Okay, I want to see. Okay, we'll start down here. Okay. Look at they got their military experience, I swear, from United States.
It said he keeps his inner circle very small and refrains from partying, drugs, and alcohol. Not much is known of his personal tastes or hobbies, but he's said to have a fondness for cockfighting, sometimes apparently placing large bets on the fights. This hobby gave him his lesser-known nickname, El Señor de la Galos, or the Lord of the Roosters in English. CJNG's expansion in the last 10 to 15 years has led Mencho to become Mexico's most wanted criminal mind, with a bounty on his head by the DEA reaching $15 million. Since his rise to infamy, much has also been made of Nemesio Oseguera's health. In fact, numerous reports of his death have been made on social media over the years. Beginning around 2019 to 2020, intelligence reports indicated that El Mencho was suffering from kidney deficiency. To manage his condition discreetly, he reportedly had a private clinic constructed in the remote village of El Alquital, where he and sometimes locals received dialysis treatment. On the 25th of February 2025, Mexico's Secretary of Security, Omar Garcia Harfuch, confirmed publicly that El Mencho indeed suffers from a kidney deficiency. However, there was no new or more serious development disclosed at the time. In February of 2022, rumors circulated online claiming El Mencho had died of respiratory failure in a Guadalajara private hospital. These claims were compounded by narco-mantas, public cartel messages, some attributed to CJNG dissidents. Nonetheless, these reports remain unverified and lack confirmation. Despite such speculation, US authorities continue to regard him as alive. As late as December 2024, the US increased the reward for information leading to his arrest from $10 million to $15 million, signaling that they consider his capture both valid and ongoing. In 2022, a CJNG defector named Jose Bernabe Brizuela Meraz, aka La Vaca, poured fuel on the Mencho death rumors. Located in Colima State, La Vaca, a former CJNG member, formed a gang of Jalisco cartel defectors, and he named the group the Independent Cartel of Colima. One of their most notable publicity stunts was a narco banner left in Colima State that was personally signed by La Vaca. On the narco banner, La Vaca claimed that Mencho is dead, and he stated that I only owe respect and loyalty to Mr. Mencho, and essentially that with Mencho now dead, according to him, then he was free to go it alone. Colima spiked in...
Whew. I know, he's made so much money. Yep. Every time, I do go look out there, all I'm seeing is red, 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 red. Well, you know what happened the other day? Jonathan knows how to make money. People thought all day it was his birthday, so they were sending him birthday money. But then people were coming in chat and letting people know chat, no, it's not his birthday, and gave the date of his birthday. I'm like, oh my God.
Violence following La Vaca's departure, but CJNG quickly exterminated the breakaway faction. La Vaca was also arrested later in 2022, all but ending his organization. The case of La Vaca is an interesting segue into another aspect of Mencho's leadership that goes under-discussed. As we all know, Cartel Jalisco Nueva Generacion are organized in a vertical leadership structure, meaning a top-down approach with Mencho being the undisputed kingpin. And what has been the most impressive aspect of his leadership is how he's been able to hold together the organization without having any major internal war or disagreements. And when these incidents do happen, they are dealt with.
We should go look for this diagram.
Swiftly and violently, and they don't spread further. The most notable example of this would be the case of Carlos Enrique Sanchez Martinez, aka El Cholo. El Cholo, who was a high-ranking member of CJNG, was accused of murdering a high-level cartel financier called El Colombiano. Following the incident, El Cholo and several of his loyalists split from CJNG and created their own cartel, named the Nueva Plaza Cartel, which was based in the Guadalajara metropolitan area. El Mencho responded to the defection with a failed coup against El Cholo. Cholo and the Nueva Plaza cartel retaliated by successfully assassinating the leader of a CJNG assault squad. 3 years later, in March of 2021, El Cholo was captured by CJNG sicarios, and his fate was utterly gruesome. After all, he had embarrassed Mencho for 3 years at this point. Before murdering El Cholo, CJNG gunmen forced El Cholo to confess on video to his crimes, in which he takes responsibility for the wave of violence that occurred in Jalisco during the prior weeks. Following the video's release, Cholo was murdered, and his body was abandoned in a public square in the municipality of Tlaquepaque, along with a message embedded in his torso with a knife. The note simply stated, "The traitor El Cholo." The body was also wrapped up in black plastic bin liners. According to the autopsy carried out by forensics, it was revealed that El Cholo had 7 of his toes broken and 1 cut off, both legs broken at the level of the tibia, kneecap and femur, as well as having marks left by electric jump cables. His eyes and tongue were also extracted while he was still alive, and he had several...
Jeez. See? And all you silly people that, I'm going to say it again, that think that Nancy Guthrie was taken by the cartel, you people are so delusional. Can you imagine having your tongue taken out and your eyeballs when you're alive? Don't you think the shock of that would make you, would make you die? He said he needed a canopy today. Oh, people are paying for his hotel and everything. He's good to go. His cars. Who's MJ? Who's MJ? Oh, that'll be interesting to look at his scoreboard. Oh gosh. All right, let's go.
Several other injuries around his body, such as knife lacerations and broken ribs, along with 3 bullet wounds to the head, which are presumed to be the cause of his death. To put into perspective a level of torture, when his tongue was removed, it wasn't simply cut out with a knife. Instead, it was pulled out by a pressure implement, such as grips or pliers. Some rumours even suggest that Mencho may have been at the site where Cholo was tortured, or at least he dictated what types of torture should be implemented on El Cholo, though these are just rumours. The murder of El Cholo is just one of many examples of CJNG's creativity when it comes to cruelty. Around this time, in and around the late 2010s to early 2020s, CJNG became one of the most viral criminal organisations on the internet, highlighting another development in their strategy. They constantly posted videos showcasing armed groups parading around with assault rifles, armoured trucks and explosives. These videos would serve as both propaganda pieces, highlighting their strength, as well as being effective recruitment tools. But what CJNG were most notable for online at this time was their dissemination of execution videos, which would go on to become a staple and a calling card of the organisation. They've released several cartel murder videos, known as gore videos online, many of which considered to be the most violent of their kind online. One example would include a gruesome video where CJNG sicarios butcher a member of a rival gang named Los Viagras. In the video, the sicarios sever the captive's limbs one by one, and at one point in the video, one of the sicarios takes a severed leg and he beats the captive with it. Another video, commonly known as Ghost Rider, shows the captive having his entire head doused in rubbing alcohol before being set ablaze. At the end of the video, the victim is still alive, but his entire head resembles a red skull. There are no discernible features left due to the burning. Lastly, another...
What is wrong with these people? For real? What is wrong with them? Whew. Yeah. I heard TV wanted to file a civil suit against Inside Edition. Oh, stop. He's such a dork. Oh my God. Tell him it's free speech. See, they are in black. That's why I thought. Nope. Oh. Oh, man. Well, protect yourself, people. Prepare yourself in your cities, because, like I said, in my state, there's cartel.
Video, commonly titled Sponsored by Adidas, showcases a CJNG Sicario cutting open the chest of a victim vertically. Exposing the man's inner organs, the Sicario then takes his combat knife and cuts a slice off the victim's lung, all while he is still alive. The Sicario then eats the organ meat. These are just a few examples of many such videos released by CJNG, and we have covered these on the channel previously. Within the last few years, CJNG have considered to be either Mexico's most powerful or second most powerful criminal organization, depending on who you ask. They have a presence in at least 27 Mexican states and are dominant in 6 states. They also have international presence in other Latin American countries, notably Ecuador, where
Okay, what did they say? We don't know where they all are. Well, they're all here now.
And we have covered these on the channel previously. Within the last few years, CJNG have considered to be either Mexico's most powerful or second most powerful criminal organization, depending on who you ask. They have a presence in at least 27 Mexican states and are dominant in 6 states. They also have international presence in other Latin American countries, notably Ecuador, where they sponsor groups such as Los Lobos in order to use their trafficking networks involving cocaine coming in from Colombia. CJNG also have a presence in Guatemala. They are truly a transnational organization, with their drugs not only being trafficked into the USA, but also into Europe and Australia. They have connects as far as Africa. In fact, much of the merchandise that makes its way to Europe first enters countries such as Senegal and Mauritania, and from there they are shipped to Europe, mainly Spain. Recently, the United States even indicted a Kenyan along with 3 other African foreign nationals, as well as a Bulgarian arms trafficker named Petr Dimitrov Merchev, who is also a Tanzanian resident, for conspiring to supply military-grade weapons to CJNG. The weaponry included machine guns, night vision equipment, and sniper rifles, as well as anti-personnel mines and other explosives. The reach of the organization transcends Mexico and America. They are truly a global criminal enterprise. In 2025, Mencho is still believed to be alive according to authorities, though he's still...
Okay, I'm going to pause this a minute. CGNG. Whew. Hold on. NG. Okay. This is what I'm looking at here, guys. I was seeing if any of them have been caught here in the United States, and I don't. There's 37 that are wanted for serious crimes from Mexico. Okay, there's 12. Here's 12. Okay, we got 12. You guys, we got 12. Oh, here, let me get that background out of here so we can see what we're looking at. There we go. Sorry. All right. "12 CGNG cartel members sentenced. 12. Between 4.5 to 40 years in a federal prison. What is that? Oh, okay. All right. Okay, here they all are. This guy got 480 months. Ricardo, Pedro, 360 months. Urel, I'm not saying their full names. I won't even be able to understand and speak it. 120 months. Ben Edel, 210. Marcos, 87. He Madero, 168. Rafael, 60. Jose, 292. Elmer, 55. Walter, 121. El Salvador, 151. They got 650 kilos of math, 17 pew-pews. They didn't get much. 220K US currency, 12K in real and personal property. Okay, people, remember I told you that in my state they had that house? That's the only one I know of. I'm sure there's more in my state, but that I know. I've been by the house. Okay. Let me see if there's any more. No, just 12. Well, maybe I'll go searching later and just see how many. But all I can find right now is 12. So let's look at this here real quick. This Wikipedia. I want to see the little map that they did. Not map, where they show who the big boss is and work their way down. Pyramid, whatever. Oh my God, look at all the information. So they've only been in business since when? 2009. Listen to me, you guys. They've only been in business since 2009. Yeah, they're ran like a military. Crazy.
Elevates capture, as he always has, ever since he returned to Mexico, having been deported from the States back in the 90s. He hasn't seen the inside of a jail since then, though he has suffered personal setbacks in this time. Notably his son, Ruben Oseguera Gonzalez, aka El Menchito, who was arrested in 2015 and subsequently deported to the USA, where he is now serving a long stretch in prison. Mencho's wife has also been in and out of prison for money laundering offences, though she is currently out of jail, having recently been granted early release due to good behaviour whilst in jail. Mencho's brother, Antonio Oseguera Cervantes, nicknamed El Tony Montana, is currently in the US judiciary, having been extradited in early 2025, following his 2022 arrest in Mexico, under charges of arms trafficking and money laundering. Lastly, Mencho's older brother, Abraham, is also in custody, though he is still being held in Mexico under charges of financial crimes, though it seems unlikely that Abraham will be extradited, though this may change in the coming months. Despite the setbacks, Mencho still continues to rule the CJNG outfit with a cult of personality. In 2025, CJNG and Mencho find themselves in the position that they have always dreamed of.
You're everywhere.
They have the chance to become the #1 undisputed cartel of Mexico, and possibly even the biggest criminal organization in the world. They're historic rivals and traditionally the biggest and most influential cartel in Mexico, CDS, Cartel de Sinaloa, are currently engaging in a bloody civil war which has completely split the organization. CJNG have an involvement in this conflict and have chosen to ally themselves with Los Chapitos, led by Ivan Guzman Salazar, a son of El Chapo. Los Chapitos are fighting La Maiza, led by the son of Ismael Zambada Siqueiros, aka El Maito Flaco. Mencho supporting Los Chapitos makes sense, as Los Chapitos still have access to border states such as Sonora, Chihuahua, and Baja California, which would make it even easier for CJNG to traffic drugs into the states. Access to the border has always been one of CJNG's weak spots historically, and this alliance could change that. In return for border access, it seems that CJNG are supporting Los Chapitos in their war with weaponry, training, and even manpower. CJNG have also been at war with the Zambada faction of the Sinaloa cartel for several years, especially in Zacatecas state, and weakening them by supporting Los Chapitos may also mean that CJNG gain more power in Zacatecas. You can't talk about the Mexican drug cartel without at some point mentioning the Sinaloan organization, and their fate, along with how the civil war pans out, will directly impact the future path of CJNG one way or another. But as of right now, they seem to be in an excellent position. Even if Los Chapitos lose, maybe this inadvertently makes it easier for CJNG to claim the border states for themselves, and should Los Chapitos win, it may mean that they continue to work together, again, still granting CJNG access to the border. In 2025, Mencho is arguably nearing the peak of his powers, and despite being extremely wanted by the authorities, those in Mexico and even the USA seem...
All right. Okay, anybody want to continue with this? Let me know. If not, we will go, because I gotta go get Nala real quick. Hello. Why? Where are they at? Where's your son at? I got for something new. Yeah. Oh boy. I'm not 100%, but like if they send military, U.S. military to the border, is it the army or does it even matter at this point? I don't know. Oh, okay. I gotta go get Nala. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. I'm tired, but I'm not ready for sleep yet. Oh, is there? You can't hear anything? Can you guys hear me? There was a brief pause. I went and got Nala from my dad's house. But you weren't here when I said something. Okay, good. Good. Let me go looky here a minute. I might go look. Hold on. Oh my God, look at the stuff they bring in here. Holy crap. That's a lot. Look at this. Oh. Why is that down there? Look at all that. That's crazy. Sweet little girl Nala. That's insane, people. All right, let me get this over here. All right. El Mencho. El Mencho. All right. I would, have us listen to a channel in Mexico. However, we won't be able to understand it. You know what they're going to do, right? They're going to come for this guy right here. Could you imagine everybody who wants to take him out? U.S. citizens and part of Mexico urge shelter in place. Okay. Ugh. Okay. So there's that. Let's go take a peek. You know where we're taking a peek. Come on, you get one guess, people, and one guess only. Where are we going right now? Yeah, she got a new car. She sold her Jeep, by the way. Nope. Yeah. Well, you know what? They're everywhere in the United States. 4 years worth pouring on through. Oh, there ain't many of that people here. Oops. Should I stay live? No. All right, this is what we're going to do. Real quickly. See, now I'm going to go doing some research, people. I need to learn when these type of things are happening. We are going to go peeking somewhere. May not want to, but we are. Let me go look. I just want to see if anything's going on and tell these people how silly they are. Okay, we're not doing it. We're not doing it. Okay. Let's see what's going on here. We'll just look at my homepage, okay? Well, I don't know yet. We're going to be nosy, and I'll try to figure it out. Okay, we're on my homepage. Who's that? Uh-oh. Hey, one of our peoples. We got an American. Let's see what he's got to say.
Joining us now, Omar Casillas. Right now, he's in Guadalajara, Mexico. Omar, thank you so much for hopping on this call. Quite a situation playing out. You went to Mexico for a marathon that ended up being canceled, and now your flight out tomorrow is canceled, and you're having to shelter in place. How are you doing? Can you set the scene for us?
Well, right now it's just, trying to stay relaxed, not nervous, not panic. Just trying to see what I'm going to have to do tomorrow for food. I have enough for today, but as far as tomorrow, I'm not sure yet. Just sitting here right now in my apartment, and all I can see or hear is ambulances, trucks driving by really fast. So that's really the scenario right now, very uncertain. I'm not sure how I'm going to get back home. I was scheduled to go back tomorrow, but it got canceled. So right now I'm just kind of on notice and trying to see what happens and see how I can get back home.
Right. And there are many people in that area who have similar concerns about getting food and those supplies that you absolutely need. Are there any businesses open? Are you concerned that, some of those supplies
Look at this.
maybe?
Look at this. This tells you what this city's about here. They got bars on the windows of this hotel.
Pretty scant in these hours.
Yes, absolutely. Even after, they canceled the race, it was you can tell that businesses were closing down quickly. Once everything started, I was in the middle of the race when I started getting messages from my family telling me what was going on, and to just head back home to my apartment where I'm renting it. And luckily I was able to get some food before I made it back at a place that was downstairs in the lobby area. but they were getting ready to close themselves too. So I just got a couple of essentials and I just came back, and I've been here ever since. And I'm just kind of waiting to see what happens. And like I said, as I was waiting, I saw what's going on in the Guadalajara airport. And then I got a message that my flight was canceled and they couldn't rebook me. So right now I'm just kind of in limbo and trying to figure out what my next move is going to be.
So the embassy is urging Americans in the area to stay in contact with family and loved ones. Has that been a challenge during this time?
No, not right now. And actually, a lot of family has reached out to me, and friends also. Family that's here in Guadalajara and in Mexico, and friends back home, and just to see how I've been doing. So the support has been great. It's a very unfortunate situation. Never thought that I would be in this type of situation. I've never had anything like this happen to me anytime I've traveled to Mexico at any state. So for this to be happening right now is just very unfortunate and very scary and nervous.
Right. You can understand that. So there's been this shelter in place for U.S. citizens in Mexico. Have you been given any other orders, any direct contact from authorities as to what to do next, how long this may last?
No, I have not. They just the state itself is in a red alert. So everything is shut down. Everything is locked down.
Wow.
We received messages through my family that the cartel was letting people know that they were going to start shooting innocent civilians past 2 p.m. So ever since then, before that, I just been locked down, and we're just kind of just waiting it out and seeing what happens. And like I said, trying to see how my next move to get back home is going to be, because I was scheduled to go back tomorrow, but right now I'm not sure when that will be.
Right. Well, that was my next question. Any updates on when you may be able to come home now that that flight's been canceled out? Have they given you a timeline?
No, they haven't. So I'm not sure if the airport here in Guadalajara is going to reopen. And if it does, I'm not sure if they're going to reopen it to international flights right away, or if they're going to just do, national flights first. So I'm thinking about probably trying to see if I can get to a different state and see if I can catch a flight from that state back home. But again, I don't know when it is going to be safe to go out again. So right now, me and all my family members, in the respective houses are just locked down.
Yeah. Well, certainly a dire situation for so many, and we'll be keeping you in our prayers and everyone impacted by all of this. Omar Casillas, thank you during this time, especially for taking time with us.
Wow. All right. FBI agent warns of escalation. Oh, yeah. You guys heard about that, didn't you? About the gunman coming for Trump at his home? One of his homes. What is this? Sheriff takes fentanyl and dies in patrol car. Didn't hear about it? All right, let me look. Let's see. They sent jets on fire? What? Wait a minute. I got to go to TikTok. Hold on. Okay, I'm going to try to be very careful. I'm going to try to find a Cartel TikTok or Twitter. Okay? I didn't see where where a plane was on fire, jets. I see where they part of the airport main level they tried to start on fire. Okay. Well, you know what would happen? I doubt X would let any cartel, right? Have a channel or have a Twitter, right? Oh, Jesus. Look at this. Well, look. I bet you there's a bunch of stuff we don't even know about. Okay, let's somebody put a broken heart for El Mencho. El Mencho. Say hello. Oh shoot, I better wait. Huh. Okay. I mean, that's just the most important stuff I wanted to share. I think it's scary, and there's things to watch out for. I saw the sheriff. I saw the sheriff. One crazy story. You're welcome. All right, everybody. Of course, I'm going to do more research, and I'm going to put things together because I don't want to have a mistake and show a deleted body. Okay, I want to be careful. All right, everybody. Thank you for being here. Love you all.